William Throsby Bridges was born in the Scottish port town of Greenock in 1861. Moving to Canada as a child, Bridges attended Kingston, the country's Royal Military College, but would soon become a dropout, following his family as they migrated once again, this time to Australia. Settling in rural New South Wales, he commenced working in the town of Braidwood for the Department of Roads, later becoming a roads inspector in the Narrabri district. Upon hearing of a New South Wales military contingent being formed to deal with a revolt in Sudan, Bridges quit and travelled to Sydney to enlist, but missed the boat. But with Australia expanding its military forces, Bridges was commissioned as a lieutenant, seeing action in the Boer War at the turn of the century. Rising through the ranks, Bridges played a key role in the defence scheme of the newly federated country of Australia, and upon promotion to Brigadier General in 1910, he was appointed to become the first commandant of Australia's Royal Military College Duntroon. Based in the fledgling national capital, Canberra, Bridges had built Duntroon from the ground up to become a fully functioning military college within 12 months. Promoted to Major General at the outbreak of the First World War, Bridges was appointed as Chief of General Staff and the commander of the 1st Australian Division. Landing at Anzac Cove on the morning of the 25th of April 1915, Bridges could not locate a senior officer to give a report of the situation, so he ventured inland to observe the position for himself. Continually exposing himself to danger, Bridges witnessed the precarious toehold Anzac forces had on the ridges and gullies of the Surrey Bear Range. During a meeting of commanders on the night of the landing, against every instinct he possessed, Bridges recommended the evacuation of the position. He was overruled. A shocked General William Birdwood rejected the proposal and ordered the Anzacs to dig in. As the Anzac sector bogged down into a stalemate, the division commander could have confined himself to the relative safety of his headquarters, but chose to venture out and tour the series of frontline posts. Due to his stern, rigid bearing, Bridges had not been a popular leader, but his courage under fire inspired loyalty in his troops. Monash Valley, the critical supply line to the posts at the pivot point of the Anzac front line, had become a death trap, with Turkish snipers at the head of the valley picking off troops at leisure. On the 15th of May 1915, while making his way up Monash Valley to inspect the line, at the rear of Steele's post, Bridges casually lit a cigarette and turned a corner. He was found lying on the ground with a bullet hole through his thigh. The bullet had nicked his femoral artery. Bleeding profusely, Bridges was rushed to the hospital ship where he was stabilised, but his treatment options were limited. Aware of his impending death, he said, "Anyhow, I have commanded an Australian division for 9 months." Major General Sir William Bridges died on the 18th of May 1915 at the age of 54. His body was returned to Australia, where tens of thousands of mourners attended a state funeral at Melbourne's St Paul's Cathedral. Buried on the slope of Mount Pleasant above the Royal Military College Duntroon, Bridges' grave was designed by the architect of the city of Canberra, Walter Burley Griffin. Adjacent to the grave are 2 pines, descended from the original lone pine, to commemorate the 71 Duntroon graduates who served in the First World War, 19 of whom died. Major General Bridges was the only soldier killed in action in the First World War to be buried in Australia until the body of the unknown Australian soldier was interned at the Australian War Memorial in 1993. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.